Good afternoon, pod race fans, and welcome to the Galactic Pod Racing Championship lower winners quarterfinals.
Well, I'm Nock, joined here by Digital Unity.
Hello!
Okay,
In this corner, weighing in at 346 calories per serving, he's responsible for all those wretched off-meta Grapvine gateway picks. He's the mastermind behind the Minecraft server we don't have anymore, and he's got count 'em, two channels, NachoBrado. And in the opposing corner, weighing typically no more than 4.5 pounds, flying in from the nation of France. They may serve snails, but watch this racer escargot. Eager to please and unable to tolerate stinky cheese, Droopy Angora. I am done. You may continue.
Okay, excellent. This is real. This is the real race. Hang on, I gotta sync this. It's a very professional cast this morning for you all. Should be with a 34-second run?
It's okay, they're only qualifying. We don't have to worry too much.
Alright, we'll get the sync pause in a second here. Nacho will pause for a sec.
Looks like our first track was Bunta Training Course, and they sure did go ahead with it. Both players opting for jumps. Oh! Nacho!
Clips
Taking
the giant
a
invisible rock.
That boulder has a very silly hitbox, just so that everybody's aware.
Yes,
that hitbox
way far.
It extends from like the base of the rock up into the sky by about an extra 5 miles. It's a little bit silly.
Well, that's really unfortunate. Nacho looked like he was pretty ahead there. Oh, wow.
Oh, twice! Nacho throw! Nacho throw!
And a Damo with a 140. A 31.95 lap is pretty solid. That may be a real flat PV.
Droopy just pulled a great time there. Incredible.
Well, okay. We're off to quite the start for this match with Droopy, who's definitely the underdog here, going up.
I told you it was going to happen. Droopy has plot armor. I saw this from minute one. Permabans are coming in now. Nacho has first pick.
And I have no idea what either of these racers are going to ban. Nacho probably just takes away whatever he doesn't like.
Nacho has permanently banned Bunta Classic.
Okay, solid. Let's see what Droopy Angora picks. I'm hoping to see a Grapvine ban, just because. Hey, there it is.
We got a Grapvine ban. The Nacho Gambit will not be making an appearance. And Dobie Mountain Run is perma-banned by Nacho. Evidently not a fan of Fast Canyon.
You know, we can hardly blame him. Okay, and Droopy bans Fire Mountain Rally. Just make sure that we never go anywhere on Barunda.
We're gonna have no fun today.
I mean, if watching a dozen crashes is your idea of fun, fair enough.
It is. Ben is banned for our temp ban here. Droopy will now temp ban a track. Baru coasted is then. That would be very funny.
Spice Mine Run banned. There will be no Dozer awareness today.
Spice Mine Run is... No, Dozer is on...
Oh, you're right.
Zugga.
That's Zugga. Okay, there may be Dozer awareness today.
No, we were going bumpies. I feel like I can make this joke simply because it happened to me in my match. I hope we have a quote-unquote damn DAM good time. Because I drove into the spillway in my match. That was exciting.
Yeah, that was something. I haven't seen that happen in a while.
Yeah, it's wild. So with a Ben ban, the next fastest option should be Bulls. Pod ban was Ben, Mike. Next fastest option is Bulls. So we're gonna be seeing a little bit of traction upgrading from Nacho.
Bulls on Bumpy's Breakers sounds utterly terrifying.
Droopy opting to take Mars here, which is fair for maneuverability.
Yeah,
except for the fact that he's a jumbo jet.
I would not play Bulls here.
I would, but I'm a psychopath.
Fair enough. If you're not practiced on the course, right, if you're not expecting this pick, Mars seems way safer.
It's always good to see some of those off-meta bans and picks on this tournament. I'm stuttering. Why am I stuttering? Where's my brain? Nacho looking very confident here with bowls.
Yeah, I mean, this is got to be one of his curveball counter picks, right? Banning Ben
He's got
is
a lot of those.
banning Ben is almost like using a force point, right? Because you're just so used to using Ben.
Oh, it spoke too soon on Nacho looking confident.
Yeah, well, let's hope not to see too many crashes from Nacho on his own pick. Now, Bulls is, I don't know how much faster than Mars, but it's a lot, so Nacho can probably afford a full death, and maybe more than that. That might be different if Droopy was playing Elan Mac, who I think would be similarly safe and much faster here.
I don't know if is Elon faster or just like even. Oh, this must be the start of the race.
Nacho already off?
Looks like we need a sync of about, oh, maybe like what, 8 seconds?
And Droopy has already crashed in the time it took me to sync pause.
Oh, well, it was only 7 apparently. My mistake.
Well, this is close-ish enough.
Good enough for government work.
Yeah, between Droopy's crash and
Oh,
his
gosh!
own... Whoa! Wait, what?
Nacho, that wasn't
so.
that was supposed to be a joke. You weren't actually supposed to do the same thing I did in my match.
Well, now it's basically even. It's taking a death in not off-road and out of bounds like that costs even more time since you have to wait for the out of bounds finisher.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
and to
crashes
doors.
Again. Digital, is Droopy gonna win this? Is this gonna be a major Droopy wins the whole match upset?
Well, not if Droopy takes a shortcut instead of shorter cut. But I do have faith in Droopy's ability here. Not necessarily anymore though. You're kind of eroding my faith there, Droop.
Yeah, unfortunate. Just even with Mars, you got to break for that hairpin. That's a very sharp turn there.
Or at very least throttle off and actually turn. Looked like a little bit of analysis paralysis happened there to Droopy.
Yeah, maybe not familiar with the track and just panicked as that turn came up, which is fair. It's a scary turn.
Quote Robin Williams in Hook. Oh, a wall.
Exactly. And here we're seeing the big difference between Bulls' boost versus Mars's. Just so much time being gained, even without the deaths.
It's a difference of like, what, 100 boost thrust?
Something like that. Bulls is very close to Ben's boost. And while Mars has a longer boost, it just can't compete in terms of speed. Yeah, you see, Nacho starts at what, like 960-ish when he hits boosts?
He gets up to 1021.
Whereas Droopy is starting in the 800s.
Oh my goodness. Well, we know that it's not entirely out of the question that Nacho crashes again.
But at this point, he's probably 2 crashes ahead. Oh, and
Make that 3.
I was just about to mention, neither player has Bumpy with them to open the doors, so the door pattern is going to be different on laps 2 and 3.
Yeah, that is an interesting decision.
Yeah, I would have expected to see the AI from Nacho, since this is his pick. Less surprised Droopy doesn't know to take Bumpy here. And Droopy also did not take shorter cut again. 134 lap is not bad, especially for Bulls.
Droop must not be confident in that shorter cut.
Shorter cut with Mars, to be fair, is pretty sketchy.
Oh, I know. I've had I've had experience with that from Bado dailies. He doesn't fit.
No. Bad bonk for Nacho, but it's not going to matter. He's maybe 3 full deaths ahead now. It's a pretty dramatic difference now that he's cleaned up the lap.
Yeah, Nacho seems to have completely recovered from that abysmal lap 1.
Yeah, it's too bad about that lap 1, because this would probably have been a pretty fast time without all those deaths.
It's still gonna be a fast time. It's just, it's gonna take a bit. Very cleanly navigated.
Yeah, very solid stuff from Nacho here. The nerves seem to be gone. Okay, Droopy does not die on the doors.
Is Droop gonna go for it? Oh,
There we go.
he did it. He flew a jumbo jet through the Grand Canyon.
And Nacho
Excellent work
comes
from
up 5.
Nacho with a 454. Got 847. Wow.
Yeah, pretty solid time considering the Bulls pick and the 2 deaths. And Droopy across the
516.
line.
516, 51. Oh, 508. Okay.
All right, tied up at 1-1. Let's see what Droopy has in the tank. Mahonic is the temp ban. Mahonic is the
Interesting
temp ban.
choice. Seems
Maybe
like a throwaway. Doug Derby.
That is a good track ban from Nacho. Maybe calling a pod force or a pod ban force. Mahonic would have been a pretty fast and fairly safe choice for Doug Derby.
So where are we going, Droop? Where are you taking us on this wild ride?
Droop does have a pretty deep
What?
track pool. Well, you had to say it.
We're going to Beto's wild ride. Am I clairvoyant today? Am I Spider-Man?
I don't know, something like that. All right, Beatles wild ride.
Mysterio, maybe? What's happening?
No forces layered on top of it, so Mahonic was just a bait or a throwaway ban. Looks like Droopy wants to play Ben here.
I call driving into the spillway. I call Beto's wild ride. I'm gonna need to check into the nearest science facility, make sure there's nothing going on that's giving me superpowers over here.
Everyone who's betting Truggets on the matches needs to start listening to what you're saying.
I'm telling you, I just know these things. Lightning Pirate says he can see things before they happen. It's a Jedi trait. If only he could also see things as they... All right, Dale. All right. Calm down,
Dale with the classic. All right, should be seeing a Ben mirror here. And, I mean, Droopy's track pool is pretty wide. He's been practicing a lot of different tracks, putting up pretty solid times basically everywhere, so. Okay, and that's the real start.
I'm very much hoping that today's match is just as much of a nail biter, if not more of one. Ooh, Nacho going the long way.
Yeah, he hit the side of the road there and is forced to take the long route.
Droop doesn't have that problem.
Okay, Sync Pause will come in a second here.
I take it you've counted it far better than I did last. Oh no!
Oh no! Well,
Droop's got a different set of problems.
Yeah. Oh jeez. Well, Droop was pretty far ahead.
Oh gosh, Nacho's scaring me in that ice field.
Nacho a little wide coming up to the shortcut, but it's not going to matter. He's still way ahead.
Opting not to do slot boost. Neither of our players will be doing that today. Whoa!
Droop manages to survive somehow. Oh,
why are you doing tent?
But Nacho
need
misses
that!
the tunnel again? Hang on.
Oh my gosh, what is happening?
I mean, look, Droop. Oh, no. Oh, you survived tent and hit the rock. No.
I would not expect anybody to be taking tent at this level of play. All right, like tent is a longer line. The only benefit is that it's fast terrain.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's not even on the order of 5/10 that you gain, right? It's like 2/10 or something.
Yeah, it's something very minuscule. I would not be expecting anybody to be taking tent shortcut on Betos today.
I respect it.
We are also getting a cameo appearance from Droopy's mouse pointer, so say hello to that.
And, geez, I mean, it's disaster after disaster for Droopy right now. Missing the boost up the off-road section. Okay, Nacho will go through the tunnel on the third lap.
Third time's the charm.
Looks like Nacho's on really high traction and take the crash, though it's not going to matter.
Well,
Okay,
we don't know if it'll not matter.
Well, okay, you're right. You're right. There's places to die still, but
There's one coming up right here if he boosts to her. Oh, or just bounce over it. Never mind. That, by all rights, should have been a texture death.
oh, and Droop just spins out on the ice.
It's gotta feel bad losing on your own pick. Oh, well, there goes that.
All right,
Nacho coming in with a 252.
It's it's a winning time.
Oh!
Oh, and clips the giant pillar. Yeah, Droop did not look super confident through that boost on any of the 3 laps. Maybe tournament nerves. Beetle's Wild Ride is a funny one. It's not the hardest track in the world, but it just wants to kill you.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is Beto's Wild Ride. You know, he is the hitman, isn't he?
That is true.
Looks like we're going to vengeance after banning Ben Quadraneros and Doug Derby again.
It looks like Nacho may just be soft perma-banning Doug Derby then.
That's fair. I did that to Executioner in my match. Late hype from Yam. Welcome. The current score is 2-1, but you can see that on the screen.
Yeah, on the track so far, we started on Boonta Training Course, which Droopy won, and then we went to Bumpy Breakers and Beto's Wild Ride. We're going to Vengeance now.
Vengeance has one redeeming quality in my eyes, and that is its track favorite, Fudsang. The funniest man I've ever seen in my life, despite his 4 life sentences.
Whoa. Droopy's playing Mahonic?
Droop, why?
Okay.
Nacho's taking Bulls
We're
to
good with it.
Vengeance. Taking Bulls to Vengeance can be good, or it can be disastrous.
I mean, Nacho looks pretty solid here in warm-ups. A few bonks, but Bowls is once again going to be so much faster than Mahonic, just on boost thrust alone, that he can afford a few bonks.
Nacho opting not to take an AI companion to smash any of the boulders in this tube. Whoa.
But we will be seeing Fudsang today, as Droopy has opted to take him.
Yay! My boy! And all 3 polygons that make up his face. Oh hey, both our racers are also using the tournament-approved texture fix pack, I think, right? At very least, we're seeing that on Droopy's screen right now. You'll notice the Vengeance tubes don't kill the bitrate so bad this time.
Yeah, that's true. That was great.
One moment. Things are happening.
I believe this is the real start. Oh, and Nacho crashing right before the sync pause. Well, I can't afford too many of those. Let's see where we actually end up. It was definitely ahead before the crash, but now Droop will pull into the lead. But not actually by that much. Bulls is just that much faster, huh? Nacho having to boost all the way through these tunnels because he's on the wrong heat thanks to that crash. Oh,
Sorry
and
about
Droop
that. Oh!
crashes.
I came back just in time for that to happen.
Yeah, and despite taking a kind of nasty crash in lap 1, Nacho was able to reuse all of his heat and pull back into the lead, with Droopy taking a crash in the tube.
That's just how fast Bowles is, man. Droop's gotta, like, learn the off-meta, I think, is the issue here.
Yeah, it's a little odd to see Droop banning Ben so frequently, but then leaving
Not
Bowles
taking
open.
Bowles!
Okay, another crash and in another bad spot. Nacho's gonna have to boost a bunch through the tunnel again.
Droop having to repair some red damage. Oh my gosh!
Nacho.
Maybe Droop's onto
Yeah.
something. Maybe Droop has called Nacho's bluff as the off-meta king.
Now, it should be mentioned that Nacho is still ahead.
After 2 really bad crashes, all that's done is brought us neck and neck for like half a second, and it's already back to being very much over.
Okay, but Droop did make up a little over a second, it looked like, on that lap versus Nacho. Alright, through sketchy figure 8, Nacho takes it fine. Droopy takes it fine. Nacho keeps hitting these walls while he's boosting, scaring me a bit here. What the?
Oh, Droopy.
Okay, I don't know how Droopy survived the crushers. It looked like they both just slammed into Mohonic's pod there, but won't matter, the wall will claim their rightful victim.
Oh, it's a slaughter out there on Vengeance today, folks.
Yeah, but crashing on the tube is not as bad as it could be, thanks to the fast terrain, and Nacho should be basically out of ways to lose this.
Yep.
Droop crashes on the way out.
Honestly, I'd chalk that one up to pod difference. I don't know why Droop is picking Mohonic every time. This is questionable at best.
I don't know. Well, because I think even among the safe picks, Elan or Mars would be faster. But at some point, theoretical faster does not mean as much as comfort. So I guess if this is what Droop is prepared, then that's what he should be picking.
Going to Sebulba's Legacy, we're going to see another Ben mirror.
Hype. We love Sebulba's Legacy. It's one of the coolest tracks in the game, in my humble opinion.
It's pretty good. It's the only Malistaire track not based on a real-life raceway. We're avoiding the meme a little longer, lads.
Yeah, unless one of them picks it.
I'm containing myself. I'm containing my excitement and my desire to say the meme. Lightning does make a good point that we know of. I did try to do some research at one point, and I found a couple tracks that look vaguely reminiscent, but nothing concrete. Nothing that I can definitively say it's this one.
Well, you know what that means. We have to make a real track.
We just gotta go and like actually find land and make it happen.
One thing I do want to mention here, we're getting to the point where Droopy is running out of opportunities to use force points. So something we see fairly often, especially with runners on their first time through, is just leaving force points on the table. I'm really hoping Droopy has something planned for a couple of backup picks in the last, well, I guess the last pick after this race, if Nacho wins this.
Be the chaos monster I know you want to be, Droop.
Just always, I don't know, it breaks my heart a little to see people leave force points on the table.
Ben, pick a skips track, ban the 2 best pods for the skip, then ban another 2 good pods for the skip.
Exactly.
Come on, do it. Do it.
Now, some of that is just like track pool, skips knowledge, what pods you're practicing. Right? If you're newer to the game and learning the game, you're probably playing everything with Ben, so you haven't had time to practice with off-meta pods, but...
Group opting to go the long way around the horseshoe turn on lap 1 instead of going for the ever risky, ever dangerous, and ever exciting tunnel strat. Nacho doing the same. Looks like we're not going to be seeing anything from tunnel today. Had you going there for a second?
I was scared for a sec.
Oh, we missed something.
Uh-oh.
This should be the real match, right?
Yeah, this should be the real match.
Sink 'em.
I actually prefer swimming, but...
Oh,
Okay, and Droopy with the
Drew
first crash.
taking a rough crash there. You never want to see that.
Yeah, trying to hold the boost into the shortcut tunnel up there.
Oh! And not tilting over that. Nacho clocking a sub 40 first lap. That's pretty good.
Very solid lap for Nacho, especially not using tunnel.
How good can first laps usually get?
You know, I only play this track with Mars, so I couldn't tell you.
Oh, Ace is noting that even tilting won't save you on that kill spot. Wow.
Droop slamming into another wall.
A little unrefined on this one, it would seem.
It's a bold pick, but Sebulba's Legacy, it must be said, is one of the harder courses. In particular, even once you're surviving all the turns, it's very difficult to use all of your boost and not underheat. Nacho looks very solid on this course. Really nice lines, staying nice and high heat. He's not going to underheat at all.
You know, I was hoping that Droopy was going to have more plot armor than just the first race here. Would have been exciting. But maybe he's just waiting to do a reverse sweep, you know? Maybe he's going to take it from the next match onward.
Maybe.
And get 5 wins back-to-back.
153.594. Very solid time for Nacho.
Is that a PB? What's the sheet say?
You know, I should have thought to bring up the sheet. It looked like maybe a flap PB at the very least, although that depends on whether he cleared his save.
Taking 1 race is a very good performance from Droopy. I will be completely fair about that.
Yeah, Ace makes a good point here. Nacho's been playing tourneys since 2019. This would be a miracle and a half for Droopy to come back.
Which is why I want to see it so bad.
Fair enough. But Nacho is first seed in lower bracket for a reason.
I think I could take him.
Well, I mean, so here's the thing, right? Like, Nacho's been shaky on a few of these tracks. There's gaps, there's places, but we've only seen one of Nacho's counterpicks. He definitely has counterpicks with forces planned, and I mean, Nacho is going to have a very deep track pool and just solid turning knowledge. Okay, Abyss is the 10th ban. The Zuggo Challenge will be Droopy's final pick. No matter win or lose, it's Nacho's counterpicks from here on if the match continues.
Those are awareness day!
Those are awareness time.
So this track, Hellfire put it best when they commentated the exhibition match between Ronnie and Paige. This track has a mini-boss.
It sure does.
I would even hazard to say this track has the final boss of gaming.
This bulldozer has definitely killed me more times than I have died in two bosses in Elden Ring. So
It's a big mean. I mean, I don't even have words other than it's big, it's mean.
and Droopy resetting to 3 laps there. That would have been an interesting pick to do 1 lap of something.
Big mean dozing machine. That's true, LP. Although I do have one thing that I need to mention about Dozer. Why do we call it Dozer if it's very clearly a crane?
It's before my time that started.
I'm no construction guy, but it's
No,
it's
you're
not a
definitely
dozer.
right. Yeah, I don't like these. May be bulldozers. These things, although I don't know, they don't have a.
They don't have the shover thing on the front. They're just big tread vehicles. Crane awareness? I mean, maybe.
Crane awareness isn't as fun to say.
It's not. Dozer is a more fun word, but it's not a dozer. Are there forces? Are there forces?
There were no forces.
Droop has not used a force point.
And will not use a force point. I hope Droop restarts, but there we go for now. Nacho. Pretty clean lines, maybe a little wide, but very safe looking line at the start there. Underneath the also not a dozers. Get that sync pause through in a second.
I find it very strange that the only time we see any machinery in this game that is actually, like, theoretically mining machinery is in Spice Mine Run, and it's those big saw blade arms that whack into the ground comedically.
Oh, that's true.
Everything else just does not have any kind of tool attached that would be useful for mining, except maybe the crane. We can't see that high. Oh, Droopy takes a crash and marks it.
Crash, and it looked like Droop was also underheating a bit in the first section. It was on really low heat coming into this. Nacho navigates the tube successfully, and Droop not using any boost through the tube. So it's going to underheat very severely. And it looks like Droop was on 24 FPS, and maybe a pretty low traction part too, is swinging out pretty violently in these turns.
There is machinery on AMR, but is it mining machinery? Also, that's Adobe. This is Spice. This is Mangasa. Nacho with a 127. That's a good pace for lap 1.
It's a good pace. And the pace you are on matters a lot here for the lap 3 dozer placement. If you're on, like, 430 pace, you're gonna die. It's an unavoidable spot, almost.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier with this track containing a mini-boss. That dozer goes up and down that last hill. And when it goes up the hill, boy, does it go up the hill. It goes, like, all the way to the top. That is true. If it's all the way up, you can clip in its treads or brake hard, but it's not necessarily easy to do that.
Nacho, no underheat through the tunnel. Droopy is looking a lot more solid this lap. But still, yeah, underheat's a little bit through the tunnel.
This could be anyone's race if Nacho dies to Dozer or something.
Well,
the great equalizer of man.
I think Nacho can afford a death at this point. Has to brake hard, but still gonna take it fairly clean.
I saw his engines flash. He clipped through the back of the... Whoa!
We're staying alive, everybody. We're staying healthy.
Everything's fine. Situation normal.
Okay, 131 is a pretty solid lap time for Droopy. Without the crash in lap 1, that would put Droop on about a 433 pace, give or take.
Nacho, can you throw real quick so that we can have more match? Just catastrophic failure would be hilarious right now.
And throw away this beautiful run? Like, not just on sub 430 pace, right? This is
possibly
really clean from him. No, he hasn't died. It was a 127 first lap, 128 second. Oh, another crash
to
for
the
Droopy.
market again. Committing a classic mistake. Oh!
Okay, crash for Nacho.
Committing the classic blunder of boosting too long into the corner for Droop. I don't know what happened to Nacho. It looked like a tire popped.
Yeah, he was taking a sharp turn a little too sharp, clipped the inside wall, exploded.
Yep.
And gave us the salty look back. You're right, Mike. That was my fault. I shouldn't have said anything.
Never speak.
Understood.
You're here to commentate, not talk.
Is this still gonna be? Wow, it's still sub 430 even with a crash. That would have been a blisteringly fast time for Nacho.
Lord.
Okay, Droopy knows to go into the right tread, but it's not gonna matter with those two crashes.
It's just not enough.
I mean, even without the crashes, Nacho was on just such a super fast pace that race.
And that's game. Welcome,
runners.
We have some questions.
I don't have answers.
Well, first of all, congratulations to our winner, Nacho.
Very excellent play there from both players. Droop, unfortunately, just not enough. Mohonic? Yeah. Mohonic ban? Mohonic pick? What?
I had no clue of what I was doing.
Fair enough.
That
I just got carried away. And
Um,
I thought, Mohonic is a good choice. All right, let's go.
definitely a rough thing to find out some of the off-meta picks on the fly there. One of you drove into the dam again.
Yeah,
Bumpies.
that was Nacho, right?
That was me. First lap.
I
was so mad when that happened. I'm like, dang, I just pulled a DU.
I'd like to apologize for cursing you with that because I led off talking about Bumpies saying that I did that in my last match and that would be a terrible thing to see.
You booger.
we were a little worried for you on those first two races, Nacho. Droopy was actually ahead of you on Bumpies.
Yeah,
I was not warmed up, man. I was in the later half, but
the Vengeance was surprisingly close for a while there.
Yeah.
Was it?
There were enough deaths on Nacho's end to bring a brief moment where Droop could have come ahead with Mohonic, but Bull's boost thrust is just too powerful.
oh man.
Yeah.
It's just too strong, but it was very close.
Those small rocks, man, in that tunnel.
It's
I
always the
cannot
little
avoid
ones.
I agree.
Indestructible. Nonsense.
And
It's like they're more dense.
Really?
and I took FUD to give me luck and destroy some of these, but I apparently destroyed them before FUD could, so...
I actually forgot to bring a CPU with me on that.
You both forgot to bring a CPU on Bumpies, which was confusing to me.
I typically don't, but I probably should.
Yeah, it makes the doors better.
Next year,
Yeah.
guys, I will have time to learn all these skips, and next year, guys, next year, that's all I can say.
What are you talking about next year for? You're in loser's bracket. There's another bracket.
Yeah, you have more to go, and you look
This
like you're
is double limb.
But for the technical stuff, where you fly all over the place and fall down again 5 kilometers away, that's not for me now.
All right, that's fair.
Fair enough.
Well, good luck to both runners going forward. Congratulations again to Nacho,
Definitely.
and a pretty stellar
Thanks, guys.
performance from you, Droopy. You looked like you were punching a bit above your weight class, so.
Definitely.
I was trained up at race.
You gotta remember just how tight the competition is this year. Droopy, you did fantastic work for where you seated and for how you've done. You should be absolutely proud of your performance today.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I'm proud I survived, but I was sure I wouldn't destroy the competition because I still don't have the level for now. I only played like that for a few months so far. And this should be encouraging for every new player. With time and practice, everybody can do it. It's a really fun game. Come, guys.
Yeah, Mike makes a good point in chat here. Taking even a point off of Nacho is very respectable. Nacho is a scary competitor with a lot of tourney experience.
I can take him.
I'm just mad at that rock.
I'd be mad at that rock too.
All 3 laps, man. All 3 laps.
I can relate, but fortunately, on that track, on BTC, that rock left me alone. I don't know how.
Do you do jump strats too?
Yeah, you both did jump strats.
Nice. Okay.
Yep.
Like
Jump
I was
strats, gang!
I was practicing
big
so
rock.
much earlier in the week, but then the practice match right before the actual one was beautiful. Nice 136. I was like, okay, I'm feeling good. And then the match starts and just tanked.
Nacho.exe has stopped responding.
It felt like it.
Very, very fun match from both of you. And do stick around, everybody. We have another match for you tonight in about 8 hours. It looks like
right
that'll
at
be on-
9 p.m.
Looks like that'll be on the main channel on just Speed Gaming 1. That'll be Metallica versus Hamura Akemi, which is our first upper bracket match.
Yeah, I'm excited to look back at this match and see how you did, Droopy. I'm really curious.
Yeah.
It was a very fun match.
You're gonna see it was, well, does a word exist to describe such massacre?
We'll call it
The
dramatic.
death count? Oh my
I like
God.
that word.
Put a
Dramatic.
positive spin on it. Dramatic, theatrical.
There you go.
Nonsensical.
Well, that's more of a negative one. We want to put a positive spin.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Let's go for positive.
Yeah, and thanks as always to Speed Gaming for hosting this and having awesome staff who fix all of our problems. And may the force be with you.
Keep your goggles on and your engines tuned.